Hey Dobyns Rods fans, Brady Hanna here, back with another video. Every year I take time to make a what's in my boat video, almost like a golfer, what's in my bag. These are the tools that I'm using, and I want to tell you guys about which application I'm using them for. This is my 6th season on the Dobyns Pro staff, and I've gotten to try a lot of different rods, and I've started to really hone in on which one of these rods I like for each specific technique. So the first rod I want to talk about, there's not really much particular order here, but I have been using this DC 704 CB as my light jerkbait setup. I throw a 70 size reel on it. I use it for like 110s and smaller jerkbaits, and then also obviously small crankbaits. Quite a nice reel for that, or rod for that. I like a little bit longer rod for a jerkbait I found, and this 704 CB does that for me. The second rod in is actually the cheapest of the bunch, but it might be one of my most favorite. This is a Colt 734. And I use this rod in the fall and summer for spooks a ton. And this spring, I started playing with it with braid on a rattle trap and really like the give and the bend that this rod has. It's probably the lightest of the 734 series. I know you guys have heard us talk a lot about how versatile the 734 series is, but I like this rod for spooks. It is amazing for spooks. I have 2 more on the way actually, now that I've found it does such a great job on rattle traps and lipless crankbaits. Love that rod. Moving further down, I got a Champ 733. I throw like finesse spinnerbaits on this. I also use it for Texas rigged soft plastics weightless, like a Senko. Using this rod quite a bit in the spring and also in summer, maybe with a spinnerbait. This rod here is the 736 glass. This is my normal size. This is my jackhammer rod. I love it with braid. It has, I like to throw braid a lot, especially fishing the Mississippi River. And this rod has great give to it, but also plenty of backbone. I just simply do not lose fish with this rod. I know everyone's talked an awful lot about the 735 and 736 glass, but this rod excels for me with a jackhammer. I have 2 734 champion rods. I throw a swim jig. One always has a swim jig, and the other one might have another couple things on it. It's such a versatile combo, but for me, it shines most with a light northern style finesse swim jig. I also just spring through the new 5-inch mag draft on it. Seem to do very well with that, but again, this rod is an all-around, do no wrong rod. You can use it for almost everything. If someone said you could only have one rod in the boat for the rest of your life, it'd probably be a Champ 734. Moving on, this rod right here. This rod right here it does not get the love it deserves. It is my most favorite rod in the Dobyns lineup. It is the Champion Extreme 784. This rod for me is a shaky head, a power shaky head rod. I'm not much of a finesse guy, but for me, I like to throw like 1/4, 3/8, half-ounce shaky heads on it. Bigger shaky heads. 8 foot or 7'8" has plenty of length to really drive a hook set home, but also tons of give to keep the fish pinned. I like to throw shaky heads and current a lot. My favorite rod of the whole lineup. Moving on to one of my other favorite rods. That is the Champion Extreme 746 DX Flip. This rod for me is like my lighter flipping setup. You can drag things on the bottom with it as well. Really versatile flipping stick. I love it. Would not really recommend it for punching. It also can double as a frog rod, but it is a phenomenal, really sensitive, really balanced flipping stick. Speaking of another flipping stick, this is my 795 DX Flip. This is my lighter punching setup. This is also my heavier flipping combo when I'm flipping into woods or light grass, lily pads, where I don't have to punch, but it has plenty of backbone. It's so sensitive, it's so light, you can flip all day, not be terribly tired. I have 2 736 Champion XPs for frogging. I like to have a popping and a normal frog tied on at all times. This is an amazing frog rod. For me, it's a frog rod, but for many, it's another versatile option. You can punch with it. You can throw a 3/4, throw a big jig on it. It's a very versatile rod like that 734, but in my boat, it's predominantly a frog rod. Moving further down the line, I have a 735 Champion XP. This is a jig on it right now just because I was, again, it's a versatile rod, but for me, its most use is a weedless swim bait or like a full-size mag draft. It's such a great swim bait rod. For me on the Mississippi River, But it also is another versatile rod that can do frogging, light flipping. But for me in my boat, it's predominantly a swim bait rod. Keeping it moving. This is my heaviest, this is my second frog rod. We already talked about that. This one here though is my heaviest rod of the bunch. It's the DC 766 flip. This is my punching rod. This rod handles, I'm gonna handle a 5-ounce weight, I think. It is a absolute broomstick. Punching all day, handles the big weights. I probably can go all the way down to 1 ounce with it, or even 3/4. Very sensitive, very, very good rod, punching rod. And then I'm into my more obscure rods here. I'm not a big spinning rod guy, but the last few years I've gotten into it quite a bit more. This is the DX 742. I use it for drop shots predominantly, and also light shaky heads, 1/8 ounce, 16 ounce on the river. Love that rod for that. The 733 Champion XP, probably my most versatile and favorite spinning rod of the lineup. If there was one spinning rod I wanted to have, it'd be this one. It's a little bit longer. It's apparently an old DX blank, so it's really sensitive, and you can tell that. 733 is my favorite spinning rod. I throw a wacky rig with it. I also throw shaky heads with it. You name it, you can throw it with that rod. I have a 703, which I like to skip wacky rigs with. It's just a little bit shorter, a little bit lighter action than that 733. I do a lot of skipping with this rod. I also do a lot of my general spinning applications with it. Like right now I have a minnow on it. I've been playing around with that at a local lake. It's a good option for that, being a 7-foot rod. I also have a 764 at home. That's a really specific application for me. As for a spinning rod, it's a very heavy spinning rod combo. And I also have a 764 DC for my Carolina rigs. That season hasn't really started very much for me, so it's not in the boat, but I have that rod at home. I also have a Sierra 620 for trout fishing. That's a very nice trout combo. I like to fish a lot of creeks and things. And then the last rod I wanted to tell you about was the Fury 795. For the price point, it's tough to find a better versatile rod that can do a lot. You can throw big crankbaits with this rod. I obviously have a Chad Shad on it, and then I've also used it for punching in a pinch, but also umbrella rigs. This is my A-rig rod. They're not legal where I live, but when I travel down south, this is the rod that I pick up for that. And I love my Dobyns lineup. I've actually got a couple more on the way to try out this year that might make next year's video. But if you have any questions on everything I talked about, feel free to get a hold of me and keep on fishing.